Learning to save money when you're just starting out isn't about transforming into someone rigid and joyless, abandoning everything fun, or adopting the radical approaches you see flooding your feed. It's actually about recognizing the subtle ways cash slips away through thoughtless purchases, reactions driven by feelings, missing frameworks for your finances, and fuzzy goals, and discovering how straightforward, practical routines let your savings expand naturally while you simultaneously build assurance, financial security, and genuine calm. Track spending patterns. Number 10, figure out where your cash is really disappearing to. Too many newcomers try building savings without ever examining how their paychecks currently vanish, creating a cycle where saving feels chaotic, unreliable, and deeply discouraging. Without clarity on spending habits, funds seem to evaporate mysteriously, leaving you uncertain about what needs fixing or where improvement begins. Monitoring your expenses briefly, even without attempting immediate corrections, uncovers habits that stay invisible during ordinary days. These discoveries typically demonstrate that financial trouble doesn't stem from catastrophic errors, but from countless minor decisions that seem completely acceptable individually. The moment spending becomes transparent, your actions start shifting organically without external pressure or demands. Recognition fuels purposeful action, and purposeful action launches genuine financial progress. For newcomers, clarity must precede mastery. Save first, even small amounts. Number 9, prioritize saving immediately, regardless of how trivial the sum appears. Newcomers frequently assume saving should only occur after covering every bill and reaching total financial ease. Unfortunately, that perfect window seldom materializes reliably. Delaying savings causes expenditures to automatically consume whatever remains available. Setting aside funds up front, even microscopic portions, establishes limits that force spending to accommodate. This practice rewires your thinking to view savings as non-negotiable rather than optional. During initial phases, how much you save carries less weight than maintaining unwavering regularity. Modest but steady contributions cultivate self-assurance and diminish anxiety surrounding money decisions. Growing confidence transforms saving from an overwhelming challenge into a comfortable routine. Distinguish needs from wants. Number 8, draw clear boundaries between genuine necessities and lifestyle preferences. Beginners frequently struggle saving because numerous purchases appear equally essential when examined through emotional lenses. Confusing desires with requirements eliminates adaptability from your financial plan. Distinguishing actual essentials from comfort upgrades, convenience additions, and leisure activities opens opportunities to modify spending without compromising fundamental well-being. This distinction also eliminates shame around expenditures because decisions become deliberate instead of impulsive. Recognizing where adjustments are possible enables newcomers to implement changes that feel sensible rather than punishing. Sensible modifications prove easier to sustain indefinitely. Lasting sustainability enables continuous savings growth. Create systems over motivation. Number 7, construct frameworks rather than depending on willpower. Countless beginners imagine that saving demands constant inspiration or iron discipline. However, inspiration fluctuates with emotions, varying wildly based on pressure, temperament, vitality, and surrounding conditions. During positive stretches, saving appears simple and genuinely thrilling. Yet during exhausted or pressured periods, identical choices suddenly become burdensome or pointless. Relying on inspiration produces irregular and undependable results. Frameworks eliminate the requirement for motivation by converting saving into automated behavior rather than continuous choice-making. Scheduling automatic transfers, establishing rigid saving protocols, and minimizing decision opportunities guarantees advancement continues even when focus and stamina drop. Reducing decisions means reducing chances for emotional purchases or procrastination. Eventually, frameworks shield newcomers from irregularity and transform saving into something effortless instead of strained. Sustained savings expand when advancement doesn't hinge on your emotional state any particular day. Reduce frequency versus cutting categories. Number 6, Decrease how often you spend before eliminating spending areas entirely. Beginners commonly attempt saving by removing whole expenditure categories, which feels limiting and provokes pushback or irritation. Stripping away pleasure or convenience too rapidly typically triggers compensatory spending afterward. Controlling spending frequency usually offers a softer and more maintainable strategy. Each store visit, browsing moment, or app interaction amplifies exposure to attraction in unplanned purchases. Fewer spending occasions diminish exposure without demanding exceptional self-control. This method quietly lowers costs without generating feelings of deprivation. Subtle reductions prove simpler to uphold because they seem organic rather than forced. Steadily decreasing frequency develops enduring savings behaviors. Simple rules over complex budgets. Number 5. Adopt straightforward guidelines instead of intricate budgeting systems. Elaborate budgets frequently overwhelm newcomers by requiring perpetual monitoring, classification, and refinement. When financial frameworks feel convoluted, abandonment becomes increasingly likely. Straightforward guidelines minimize cognitive load and choice exhaustion. Approaches like predetermined spending caps, mandatory waiting windows before purchases, or automated savings ratios prove easier to retain and execute. Simplicity generates transparency during routine decisions. Definite guidelines reduce uncertainty and overthinking. Decreased mental resistance enhances reliability. For newcomers, reliability outweighs exactness substantially. Build emergency buffer early. Number 4. Establish a modest emergency cushion at the earliest opportunity. Unforeseen costs represent regular life occurrences, not unusual situations. Beginners typically underappreciate how regularly minor emergencies surface. Lacking a financial cushion, these costs rapidly derail saving momentum or necessitate credit usage. A compact emergency reserve absorbs these disruptions before they escalate into stressful or harmful situations. Even a humble cushion generates emotional comfort. Emotional comfort enhances judgment and minimizes alarm. Diminished alarm prevents rash financial decisions. Steadiness allows saving patterns to mature without perpetual disruption. Eliminate waste before earning more. Number 3. Cut inefficiency before attempting income increases. Numerous beginners insist they cannot save until earnings rise. This mindset postpones advancement and undermines confidence. Truthfully, eliminating inefficiency typically releases funds instantly. Inefficiency manifests as dormant subscriptions, neglected memberships, spoiled groceries, and spontaneous purchases delivering minimal, lasting benefit. Removing inefficiency demands no sacrifice. It enhances productivity rather than diminishing life quality. Productive spending maximizes income potential. Witnessing instant outcomes strengthens conviction in saving capabilities. Separate savings physically/mentally. Number 2. Maintain savings completely isolated, both practically and psychologically. Combining savings with everyday spending erases protective boundaries rapidly. Convenient access heightens temptation during emotional episodes like anxiety, restlessness, or festivities. Isolating savings establishes space between urge and execution. This space introduces hesitation that promotes careful consideration. Resistance curtails impulsive withdrawals without demanding willpower. Safeguarded savings accumulate more reliably. Observing savings remaining intact develops confidence in your approach. Confidence reinforces enduring dedication to saving. Consistency over perfection. Number 1. Recognize success as steady practice, not flawless execution. Countless beginners abandon saving because they interpret errors as total defeat. This mindset generates needless stress and dejection. Flawlessness demands uninterrupted control, which proves impossible in actual life. Steady practice accommodates errors, education, and adaptation. Errors transform into information instead of justifications for quitting. Progressive enhancement builds maintainable patterns. Across time, reliable patterns accumulate into substantial savings. Steady practice, not flawless execution, converts newcomers into assured savers. Track behavior, not just numbers. Bonus tip. Monitor actions, not merely account balances. Savings totals display outcomes, but they don't clarify why advancement occurs or stagnates. Actions expose spending catalysts, routines, and emotional dynamics. Monitoring actions illuminates where financial decisions happen automatically versus intentionally. This recognition generates perspective without criticism. Perspective replaces self-condemnation with comprehension. Comprehension naturally enhances subsequent decisions. Superior decisions prevent needless spending before it materializes. Recognition stands among the most valuable resources a newcomer can cultivate. If you're ready to save money as a newcomer, select one technique from this video and apply it steadily rather than attempting wholesale transformation immediately. Drop a comment sharing which approach you're implementing this week. Subscribe for grounded and judgment-free financial advice, and thanks for watching. Catch you in the next one.